Hello and a warm welcome to Federal special program Capital Beat. A day after 30 people died and 60 others sustained injuries in a pre-dawn stampede at the Sangam area of the Maha Kumbh in Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj, the state government now has introduced strict measures to prevent further incidents. The administration has implemented five major changes, which includes declaring the entire fair area into a no vehicle zone. Apart from that, there are several other measures which have been taken, like all the VVIP passes have been cancelled, vehicle entry is restricted, on-way routes have been implemented, and all these strict restrictions will be enforced till 4th of February. But what went wrong with the Kumbh Mela administration? Did they not preempt this kind of situation? Joining me now is a very special person this evening, someone, a retired IPS officer, former DGP, who's handled the 1989 Kumbh Mela at Prayagraj. He's Mr. Vibhuti Narain Rai. So thank you so much for joining on the Federal. It's wonderful to have you on a day when we've seen a stampede in Prayagraj, and today some more stringent measures have been taken to curb this kind of an incident. What would you really say as to what happened? And would you really blame the administration and the state government for what happened?
What happened day before yesterday, or there are rumors that something has happened today also, though it is not confirmed, but there are strong rumors. So whatever mishappenings are there are because of the poor planning and the overindulgence of the political leadership in day-to-day affairs of the Mela. I have an impression that every second, third day, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh was camping in the Mela. All ministers, turn by turn, they came, they took bath, and they made it a very, you can say, special occasion for photo shoots, for publicity stunt. So all these things, these have contributed to the mess which has been created in the Mela area. And I personally, sincerely feel that the measures which have been announced today should have been in force right from the beginning. And in any case, there are three major snans. Still left two major snans, Basant Panchami and Mahashivratri. So if these measures are enforced in true spirit, I think we can expect, we can hope that the rest of the Mela will pass up peacefully. Yeah.
But sir, you've also handled a lot of crowd when you were the SP, and you've also written an article on this particular issue. What really went wrong? And given the fact that this entire Kumbh Mela has been overhyped by the government, people have been saying that the state government invited so many people, but the arrangements were not up to the mark. What would you really say to the real situation which is unfolding on the ground? Is this a case of crowd mismanagement where the government couldn't preempt, or did they attempt to make it look as if everything is normal despite the whole crowd converging onto the banks of the Ganges?
I agree with the phrase you have used, that it was overhyped. Rather, you can say the ruling party wanted to take political advantage, political mileage of this whole thing. And somehow they created a hype that this is going to be the biggest congregation after independence, and only they can handle it. And they invited all, you can see the print media, the electronic media, all possible platforms were used for publicity. People were invited. Special trains were run. Flights started from Allahabad. Roads were carrying more than what load they could have taken. So they wanted to make it a grand success and tell, look, this is because of our governance, and we have successfully done it. If they have successfully done it, it would have certainly given them a lot of appreciation, mileage, and lot of political advantage. But if they have failed, then they must take the blame also. And personally, I feel that political leadership should take the blame. This is after all, you see that the officials who are posted there, they are handpicked by the chief minister. You have chosen your best officers, and you don't have confidence on them. You every day you are present there. Every step you want to take a decision, and even today I was shocked to read somewhere that chief minister has asked chief secretary and DGP to be there. If chief secretary and DGP are staying in the Mela area, what district magistrate and SSP will do? You
Hmm.
are taking away the initiative from their hands. Rather, it should be left entirely to the SSP and to the district magistrate and let them take decision.
No, in fact,
Accountability should be
I,
there.
what reports what we've heard is recently, I mean, the latest reports saying that to further strengthen the crowd management efforts, IS officers Ashish Goyal and Bhanu Goswami have been directed to reach Prayagraj immediately. Both bureaucrats played a key role in successfully managing the 2019 Ardh Kumbh along with Vijay Kiran. Now, during that event, Bhanu Goswami served as the DM and vice chairman of the Kumbh Mela Authority, while Ashish Goyal was the commissioner of Allahabad overseeing the management. Now, why all these measures now? Couldn't they preempt this before? Couldn't they have deputed and allocated people to certain areas from beforehand? Now, this looks like an afterthought that, okay, the stampede has happened and now they are taking certain measures.
This is knee-jerk reaction, I must say, and this is the sure shot. You can take it for granted that this is a recipe for chaos and confusion. These officers are not needed at all. I must say that SSP and DM are sufficient. Only thing is that you give them freedom, you give them initiative. They should take their own initiative. They should be told that it is their show. If they fail, they will face the music. But
No,
if
but
they succeed,
Mr.
they
Rai,
should.
not only this, apart from these two officers whom I've just named, there are additionally five secretary rank officers with previous experience in handling the large scale events. They have also been assigned to assist with the Maha Kumbh operations. Now, what does this go to show? I mean, you are having too many bureaucrats on the ground now. Do you think that they'll be able to manage the whole situation?
No, this is a knee-jerk reaction, I must say, and this is going to be. This is, in my opinion, this is a recipe for sure short chaos.
Hmm.
Making it top heavy means nobody will take decision, nobody will take initiative. The blame game will start. So it is always good, and this has been our historical experience. And right from 1954, first Kumbh in the after independence in Allahabad, there used to be one senior most police officer who was known as SSP Kumbh. There used to be a district magistrate who used to be the magistrate of the Kumbh district, and these two officers used to handle. If you make senior officers sit on their shoulders, they will be counterproductive. That is a sure short recipe of failure. I must tell you that it will create a lot of confusion. Chief Minister himself should not visit. This is my firm opinion that initially Chief Minister should never have gone to the Mela area, except having one or two meetings, say before the Mela started. And if Mela passed up successfully, then in the end of the Mela, he should come and pat the successful officers. But every second day, if he is there and he is making it a photo shoot and he is making it a personal, say, propaganda, not only for him, for the senior most BJP functionaries, what they were doing. And if this yesterday's unfortunate thing has not happened, and if today, what I have heard, I was really disturbed that today also some serious things have happened. Though certain inputs are not available, but and we can only expect and we can only pray that nothing untoward would have happened. But if something has happened, then who will take the blame? Those people who were organizing photo shoots and who were shooting their selfies and who were parading their supporters and their party workers, they will not take the blame. It will be the officers on the ground who will be
No, but
punished.
Mr. Rai,
So,
But why alone single out Yogi Adityanath? There were central ministers also who were trooping down to Allahabad. Say, for example, Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, various state governors were present. What would you say to that? Should center not be sharing the blame along with Yogi
Yeah, yeah.
Adityanath?
Yeah, center should also share the blame. If, as I submitted, that if the whole event would have passed very successfully, center would have taken all the limelight. Only posters of Mr. Modi would have been visible there, not of even Mr. Yogi. So center should also share the. They should take the blame. They should equally share the blame.
Right. So you are saying that the center should share the blame. But what would you really say to the protocol culture, the VIP culture, which was seen? In fact, till yesterday, we saw Hema Malini also, despite the stampede having taken place at around 1:30 or 2 in the night, we still saw Hema Malini taking a holy dip. And then the Shahi Snan, the Amrit Snan, as it's called now, was cancelled. And then again, it got revived. And then on one hand you had the post-mortem being conducted on the bodies, and on the other hand you had visuals of helicopter showering petals on the sadhus. What would these pictures really show? That somehow, there was an effort by the state government or the central government to make it appear as if everything was absolutely normal.
But this was very painful. The visuals were very painful. You have lost 30%. 30 precious lives have been lost. It should have been a day of mourning for the whole nation. The Indian flag should have been, it must be flying half mast. And they are enjoying, they are rejoicing, they are playing, they are cheerfully going for the snan, and a helicopter throwing, say, rose pellets. These were very painful sights, and the whole world must have seen it. How insensitive society we are. This reflects our sensitivities. India as a society would have presented itself in a better manner. But unfortunately, I am very sorry to say that yesterday our show was very poor, and it was very painful. 30 people, if we believe the official figures, and I feel that that is not a small figure. We have lost 30 people, and we are enjoying our evening. We are having, say, helicopter. This was something which was unbelievable. It was just no civilized society could ever thought of it. There should have been there should have been a sense of mourning in the Mela area. Even if sadhus they went for the shran, they should have gone more silently, more gracefully. They should have rather sympathized with the families of the deceased. And it was the show as usual. This is
Right.
something that the visuals which have traveled all through the world, they must have projected very poor, say, show of Indian society.
Absolutely. But Mr. Rai, how hopeful are you of this judicial commission now, which has been set up? It's a three-member judicial commission which has been appointed to investigate the causes of the stampede. And this comprises of Justice Harsh Kumar, former Director General V.K. Gupta, and retired IS officer Mr. V.K. Singh. Uh, so how hopeful are you of that? And also, just to inform the viewers, a compensation of 25 lakh has been announced for the families of those who died. So, do you think that anything very concrete or solid could come out of the Judicial Commission, or
I,
it's almost like a cover-up exercise?
I have no hope. I have no hope from this commission or any commission which would have been appointed. They have given 15 days. I can only tell you that for 15 months you will not hear any news about the functioning of the commission. For the last 7 years, you simply find out how many commissions were appointed and how many times did they blame functionaries of the state. I I am really very sorry, and I have nothing against the members of the commission. They are all learned people. They have done well in their services, but at least the judge should have been appointed with the consultation of the Chief Justice of India. If Chief Minister himself appoints a judge and he himself picks one IPS officer, one IAS officer, one can only pray that better sense prevails and they do their job, say, more truthfully. They should do something which can instill confidence in them. For last 7 years, there had been 4, 5 judicial commissions, and you can see the outcome of those commissions.
How much of politics do you really see between Delhi and Lucknow, given the fact that on many issues, Yogi Adityanath and Prime Minister Modi are not on the same page? So, say, for example, it was more than 12 hours after the stampede till the time we did not hear the official death toll numbers. And only towards the late evening, we got to know that it is about 30. And some people are also saying that the numbers are far greater and they have tried to suppress the numbers. Then, on one hand, you had a tight-lipped state government which was not ready to say anything, and on the other hand, you had Prime Minister Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, Jagdeep Dhankar, and all of them offering condolences to the dead ones. So, what would you really say to that? That do you think that this stampede or this tragic, there's some politics around this tragic incident also?
I am not a political analyst, but whatever I have been reading in, say, I have got inputs only from through various, say, platforms of media, print and electronic, and there is an impression that things are not normal between Lucknow and Delhi. So, but I don't think that Prime Minister Modi or BJP leadership will like to remove Chief Minister Yogi at this juncture. At least it will be admitting their the failure of their government. It is a double engine ki sarkar. You just cannot blame only UP government. You will have to share the burden of the blame on your shoulders also, which I don't think Delhi will like to have. So, though it may be, I may I may not be the best person to comment on it, but certainly there must be a group in BJP which may be annoyed with, which may not be very happy with Yogi, and they might be happy and they may try to create problems for him. But I don't
Right.
think they can take any decision to remove Yogi just now.
Right. But Mr. Rai, I also want to hear your own experiences when you handled the Kumbh Mela in 1989. You had Narain Dutt Tiwari as the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh at that point of time. And I'm sure VVIPs would be coming at that time as well. But how did you handle? And were you in a position to say a strict no to the VVIPs who were coming all the in your times? Now, say for example, the bureaucrats are not able to tell Yogi Adityanath to put it out in clear words that let not Amit Shah come to Prayagraj, let not anybody who is a union minister or an MP or a state BJP leader, let them not come to Prayagraj because the crowds are swelling and the duty of the bureaucrats is towards the common man. That tendency or that candor, that candid tone is missing in the bureaucrats. Did you also have to think twice before telling a chief minister about this or the VVIPs coming in your times?
Like, we were lucky. We had a chief minister like Mr. Narain Dutt Tiwari, who was very experienced. He has a experience of more than 3 decades of administration, and he knew that over indulgence by Lucknow in affairs of the Kumbh Mela will create issues. So the moment we approached him, I and my district magistrate, we approached him, say that we have got programs of more than 30, 40 ministers, not only of UP cabinet, but chief ministers of the neighboring states, central ministers, and everybody wants to come. And everybody wants to come with a lot of pomp and show. It is not a religious affair only. Everybody wants to come with lot of protocol, lot of security paraphernalia, and everybody wants to
Yeah,
impress
I've
the
lost your
electorate. Everybody wants to impress. So
audio in between,
the
sir. Could you
moment
repeat,
we approached,
please? Yeah.
uh, I was submitting that we were lucky of yeah, these are the fraud telephones.
Okay, okay. Oh, you're getting a call. Okay, okay.
This
No
is
problem. No problem.
a fraud telephone which is coming. One can't
Hmm.
let it
Yeah.
adjust.
Okay, okay. Must be some spam call, I guess, you're getting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let me again. Let me put it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have submitted earlier that we were very lucky that we had a chief minister like Narain Dutt Tiwari. The moment I and my district magistrate we approached chief minister, and we told him that we have got more than 50 requests from various ministers, central ministers, state ministers, ministers from adjoining states, ministers from far south. Everybody wants to come. Not only minister, judges from different high courts. Everybody wants to come, and everybody wants to come with a protocol, and everybody wants to come with a security, whether there is any threat perception or not. But two three vehicles of policemen wielding lathis and bandooks, they add to their status. Everybody wants it, and we said that it will create chaos. And chief minister was very prompt, and chief minister was very responsive. The UP government issued order, and they told their minister that nobody will go on the main snan, and on ordinary snans also. If you go like an ordinary pilgrim. You go take your bath and come back. There is no protocol, no security. And you will not believe that during those 40 days, tense 40 days when actual Mela was happening, we must have got more than 100 so-called quote unquote VVIPs, VIPs, and neither me nor my district magistrate had any issue. They came, they went, they had their bath, they roamed in the Mela. Whenever vehicles were permitted, their vehicles were also permitted. When vehicles were not permitted, their vehicles were also not permitted. It went off peacefully. But this time I was shocked. A Supreme Court lawyer, a friend of mine who had been there 3 days back, when he told me, I was shocked. He was telling he could hear the loud noise of the hooters and convoys of vehicles, people, policemen. Naturally, if you deploy policemen to protect, quote unquote, to a VVIP, the policeman feels that he himself is the VVIP. So, misbehaving with the ordinary pilgrims, uh, 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 unauthorizedly using parking spaces, roads, and trying to reach to the Sangam mouth on his vehicle. And then the river police motor boats, they were used to carry these, to ferry these so-called VVIPs to the Sangam, actual Sangam. So these all created issues. And I must admit you, no bureaucrat, uh, one may boast anything, one may claim anything. No bureaucrat has the guts to tell chief minister that you should not come. No bureaucrat has got the guts to say that I will not allow prime minister to come to the Mela. Only thing is that it requires some tact and some understanding with your chief minister. So if you could convince your chief minister, and if chief minister understands issues, he himself will not encourage this tendency. And we were very lucky that the moment we brought it to the notice of Mr. Narain Dutt Tiwari, we had nothing to bother. Written orders were issued, and those orders must be available in the files of the UP Secretariat. And nobody came, or at least we were not bothered. If somebody
Right.
comes like an ordinary pilgrim, he has every right, he or she has every right, he should come and have the bath and go. But here the problem was that the purpose of coming to the Sangam was not only religious. If Hema Malini comes with large number of cameramen, and if somebody tries to make it a photo op session, a shooting session, or sadhus, if they are vying with each other, they are competing with each other to bathe minister. So what can you say? This is not religious. This is something which is more political, which is more, one can say, commercial, which is more a show of your importance, show of your status, of your strength, not of your humility. So somehow this time, unfortunately, this thing has happened. And personally, I feel that it happened only because Chief Minister preferred to come every second, third day to the Mela area. He should have remained in Lucknow. He should have selected best officers and allowed them to function. Again, the same mistake as I told you initially, that sending chief secretary, senior IS officer, director general police, senior IPS
That doesn't
officer.
solve the problem, you're
Yeah,
saying.
this is a sure shot recipe of disaster. You
Right.
should leave the district magistrate and SSP. Let them function.
Right. One last question, Mr. Rai, before we wind up the show. That on 5th of February, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is supposed to be taking a dip at Prayagraj. And now, with these additional measures which are in place, where it's made into a no vehicle zone, VVIP passes have been cancelled, all that is applicable only till 4th of February. And Prime Minister is supposed to be reaching on 5th. So, should the Prime Minister be going to Kumbh, or he should do away with it? He's already come once to Prayagraj when the preparations of the Kumbh Mela were on at that time.
I think by fourth, the main bathing days will be over. And Basant Panchami is on fourth. I am not sure, but fifth means that by
That's
fourth
that's,
the
that's what
crowd
I'm
should thin, and main bathing days are over. But still, Prime Minister should avoid. He is trying to take a political mileage because Delhi elections are after 5th or 6th, 7th, some days
yes,
the
fifth,
Delhi elections. So he wants to take
fifth
mileage of it.
February.
So why
Yeah.
should he take it? Then Mr. The ex-chief minister of Delhi, he is a better, he has better theatrical, say, mm, qualifications. He can do something more. He can go to Haridwar with the whole of AAP party, and he can. So I think these both parties should avoid it. Prime Minister should not come. Let Mela be over. Let it up. So now you can't claim that. Let it be completed successfully. Whatever has happened, happened. But after Mela is over, Prime Minister should come and at least pay homage to the people who have lost their lives, should say shabas to the policemen, to home guards, to other workers who have been working tirelessly for last 40, 50 days. For that purpose, he should come, but he should come only after everything is over, when
Okay.
this crowd is thinned away.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Rai, for joining on the Federal. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.